Welcome to Teachings from the Masters with Daryl Shaun Price.
Hi, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you today about a concept that was coined by Neville Goddard that I think a lot of people struggle with when it comes to manifesting and being the creator of your life. And that's the concept of living in the wish fulfilled. And you hear a lot of people who are teaching a lot of different things about this, how to do it, how to get yourself in the mindset, what type of affirmations, etc. There's so much focus on the doing to put energy on the wish that you desire. And I think they're missing the point. Because really what it is it's a frequency game. So you have something you desire, doesn't matter what it is. It could be money, it could be relationships, it could be health, anything. Whatever that desire is has a certain feeling about it. That feeling is created by a vibration of what that desire is when your brain created that idea. So you've got this vibration, the brain turns it to an idea, that idea creates a feeling. That is a frequency. It's living in that frequency that shifts the world around you, because everything you're experiencing is a reflection of your vibration, of your level of alignment. Let me give you a few examples to help make sense of this. So, for example, let's say what you really, really desire is financial freedom. I want this big chunk of money. You may even know what that chunk of money is. If it was this amount, I could do these things. I wouldn't have to worry about bills again, wouldn't have to worry about working or anything else, whatever that amount is. So you get that amount in your mind, you know what it feels like. But then what most people do is they come right back to, but right now I'm in the situation of not having it. So you keep yourself in the situation of desiring that. You cannot desire something you are because you already have it. So the true key to mastery, to you creating these miracles in your life, is to be of the vibration you would once you already have that, to live in the wish fulfilled. So what does that mean? Let's break this down a little bit further. So let's say you've got this big number in mind, this $192 million or whatever it is. So you've got that number in mind. And let's say you even visualize it and you imagine it and it feels good. And oh my gosh, the freedom and the things I could do. And I'm going to go buy a house and I'm going to go build this passion project. I'm going to help so many people. Great. And you know what that all feels like. Now you come back to this world and go, oh yeah, but right now I have to pay my rent. I have to pay these bills. I have to do these things. So I'm here doing this and feeling this. The moment your feeling switches from this to this, you're back in the vibration of the old. And I think that's how a lot of people approach their desires. They approach it from the state of not I am operating from within the desire fulfilled, but I am operating from within the person who has the desire. I hope this is clicking for you, because this is deep. But once you master this, everything changes. So if you are still operating from, well, I've still got these feelings and how can I not feel bad because look, I've still got rent to pay and still got all of this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So how can I stay in that if this is still happening? Think about what you just said right there. I know your mind said it before. Well, how can I feel this when I'm experiencing this? You've just told your mind. What we feel is 100% based on what experiences exist in my outside, in the external, in the reflection of who I am. Okay, so now you are feeding that same pattern of what you've had. Everything you're experiencing right now is something you've already created, it's done. You're just seeing the last bits of it play out in the external world around you. So here's what happens. When you get to the point of, hey, I feel this is real, this big amount of money, this financial freedom, this happy relationship, this healthy body, whatever it is you're desiring, you get to the point that you feel that is real. Your only job now is to stay in that feeling. Let's go back to the money situation. Oh no, I've got rent to pay right now and I've got these bills and I'm behind on this. Yes, it's perfectly natural and normal to feel fear and frustration and worry about that. But if you were truly this person, you would look at this situation and go, oh, that's not that big a deal. I have 192 million. Okay, this bill's a little bit late, not a big deal. I've got so much money, I will get it taken care of as soon as possible. See how that feels different? You're not changing what you're experiencing. You're still responding to and mindful of and aware of what you're experiencing. But you're doing it from the state of mind of somebody who has already created that desire and is living in the wish fulfilled. Now, there's a couple traps that people fall into when they really start to understand this concept. So let me warn you about those right now. Trap number one is the fake it till you make it trap. Fake it till you make it doesn't work. Because if you are faking anything, your spirit knows, your mind knows, your heart knows. And those are the people who, oh no, I feel worried and upset and I don't have the thing, but I'm going to pretend like I have it and just ignore this, ignore this, ignore this, and fake it till I make it. I'm rich, I'm wealthy, everything's good. So they're not responding to the real world. They're trying to force themselves to not have these experiences until this one magically appears. The second trap that people fall into is the trap of completely escaping from having any experience. So you want this big chunk of money, you want this financial freedom, you want to experience what that life is like. And so you come over here and say, well, I don't want this life, so I'm not doing anything, I'm ignoring it, I'm not taking any steps, I'm not moving until this comes about. Yeah, I could do this and maybe it would be okay, but that's not what I want this. Think of it like this. Let's say you asked the universe for a private jet to get you wherever you want to go. But in your current life, you refuse to get in the car you already have and go anywhere. So you want this, but you're refusing to do anything here. You see where that trap comes in? Because here's the reality, guys. You can have anything you desire. Any desire you can create, and you can create it almost instantly. In fact, let's talk about that for a second. The time frame between you feeling something as being real and it actually manifesting in your world and actually showing up physically actually has nothing to do with time. It has to do with your attachments to the old world. If you're still feeling the stress and the worry about bills, you're not in the mindset of somebody who's financially free. So it's going to take some time to work through those attachments until they're all gone enough that this can now happen. And you'll notice as you start to lean into this more and more, as you start to truly lean into living in the wish fulfilled and understanding what that means, it takes less and less time to detach from the old self. And one thing you'll notice is once you really get serious about dedicating your energy to living in a wish fulfilled, whatever that wish is, everything that is not that wish comes to the surface in a big way. It'll feel like some things are falling apart because they are. You have created the current life you're living with the attachments you have to whatever beliefs have made that life what it is. I believe I have to work hard for money. Okay, well, all these opportunities to work harder and push harder and hustle keep coming up, but that's not what I really want. But they're coming up because these are things you need to detach from. And I want to point this out right now. There is nothing you have to do to let go of those attachments besides shift your attention from the old to the new and keep your state of mind in the state of mind you'd be in if that wish was fulfilled. And that's it. It's really that simple. And yes, I know there's a billion people out there talking about, well, the shadow work and the things you need to do to detach and all of the different inner child work you need to do and how many ways you need to discover what your beliefs are and work on them and work on them. That's just another belief. That's not to say those things don't have some value. Sure, they do, but you don't have to do them. You are a powerful creator. I'm going to tell you right now, this is how you create everything in your life. Already, the entire world, everything in creation is energy. Your spirit is the energy of creation that flows through all things and creates all things. Those vibrations will bring to your mind certain ideas in an effort to get you more in alignment with the energy of creation in all things. So one of those ideas might be the feeling of freedom that your mind says, oh, well, that's a money thing. And based on where your mindset is, you get to choose what that means. For some of you, for example, freedom might mean I just need $10,000 a month and then I'll be happy the rest of my life. Well, to the person who's used to making $5 million a year, they're going to look at $10,000 a month and think, oh, that's struggling. It's not the amount that matters. It's the mindset. The mindset is what matters. It's not a specific dollar amount. It's not the specific things that you're imagining as you get into that mindset, as you get into that feeling. Those are just the ideas that your mind comes up with based on current beliefs to bring some form to that energetic vibration that your spirit is saying, get more in alignment with this. Here's where your peace is. Here's where your happiness is. Get more in alignment. And yes, based on your current beliefs, your mind doesn't always come up with the best idea. It comes up with the idea that fits as easily into that box as possible with as little pushing as possible that might feel like that. That's where the heart comes in. You think something and it doesn't feel good. Nope, that's not actually in alignment. Let's shift where we're putting our attention. You think something and it feels like peace. Oh my gosh, that is in alignment. Put your attention on that idea. Let's come back to the financial freedom example. Okay, I want this big chunk of money. I know when I have it, I can do all these things. I would be free. I'd be able to invest in a way that I would never have to work again. Things would flow easily for me. Money would never be a concern. Imagine having it. There was the idea. Ooh, when I imagine it, it feels good. I'm going to keep putting attention on that imagination. So I keep feeling that. And I'm taking that feeling and that state of mind as of the person who already has all of that into any experience I have now. Rent's a couple days late. That's not a big deal. I've got so much money anyway. Not even worried about it. I'll take care of it the moment that I've got the cash flow to do that. Oh my gosh, I've got all of this. I am so blessed. I am so wealthy. I am so prosperous. And yes, you're going to be seen as delusional. How in the hell can this person feel so at peace and so wonderful about how blessed they are when they're struggling to pay rent? Guess what? You've taken your attention off of this current situation and it no longer gets to dictate what your reality is. You're up leveling. It's no longer, if I just had enough to pay this, I'd be okay. It's now, oh, I get all of this and it feels good. And this is what happens. You're going to go one step at a time and then you'll cycle back around and then it'll be more and then you'll cycle back around and it'll be more. But it's not the outside results that actually matter in this process. It's who you become. It's the creator that you are. It's the ability to trust that inspirational moment, to trust your intuition, to know that when you follow the peace, you get to create everything. And it's okay, whatever your mindset is right now. Maybe it is just, okay, $10,000 a month. That's my mindset. That feels good. I want to experience that. Maybe it is, I want $192 million and I'm going to do all these things with it. But remember, the numbers aren't what's important in this. It's when you imagine whatever it is. Does it feel good? Does it feel like peace? Do you feel in alignment as you're imagining having that wish fulfilled? And if so, that's where your attention goes, period. And let me tell you, I'm going to give you a quick example from my life. So for the last couple months, there's been a big shift in where my money is coming from to just pay my bills, to just live my life, to have the life that I've grown comfortable with, that I enjoy and love every minute of. And all of a sudden, where the money was coming from is gone. And now there's a potential it could come from somewhere else, but there's been a struggle there. Meaning it didn't come exactly when I was promised, and there was people who ended up delaying things because of personal reasons, whatever it was. And I don't need to get into details about that. Those are just experiences. So I had a choice. I could say, well, I'm going to feed into this panic and I'm going to push and say, you know what? I need the money and I got to go do something because I got to pay my bills and blah, 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 blah. And all I'm doing is feeding energy into this current reality versus the one where I am more free. The one where everything works out without me having to worry about it. I shifted my attention. The moment those triggers came up, I shifted my attention immediately back to what I am creating, how it feels, and living in the wish fulfilled. And I woke up one day and boom, here's $25,000 in your bank account. This is the first of many payments we're going to send you to do these things that we think would make a difference in the world. And it's not something I have to pay back. It's not something that I am owing anyone for. Here is the money you need. Start doing the things you want to do in life. There you go. And I didn't go out and search for it. I didn't go out and apply for loans. I didn't go apply for grants. I didn't go looking for, where is this money? Let me go find it and seek it. I stayed in the mentality of the person who I wanted to be if the wish was fulfilled. And there it is. And I'm not going to get into all the details of what I specifically am wishing for or putting my attention on, because that doesn't matter. The ideas that my mind comes up with are going to be based on the experiences I've had. The ideas your mind comes up with are going to be based on the experiences you've had. But miracles like, oh, I woke up and here's $25,000 in your bank account. Go ahead, do whatever you need with it. Those type of miracles happen when you trust so much, when you have so much faith that you put your attention on that state of mind in living in the wish fulfilled. And it's done. Done, done, done. And this has happened not just with money. This has happened with my health. This has happened with relationships. You name it, over and over again, I see these miracles. I've had miraculous healing. I am now down 6 more pounds from my massively overweight self that I was a while ago. And what have I done? I don't have a specific diet. I don't have a specific exercise regime. I lived in the idea of the wish fulfilled of this person who is healthy, who is happy, who loves his body, who has all the energy to do whatever he wants. And along the way, I followed the peace. Sometimes that meant I picked up something weird to eat and it felt good and my body liked it. And I don't even know what was in that. I don't care. Didn't look at the ingredients, didn't think about it, not once. Sometimes it was, I'm going to do nothing today. I'm just going to lay in bed and rest. I listened to my body by listening to what feels like peace. You know, there's a concept that I bring up over and over again, and it's for a reason. And in fact, there's a book I'm writing about this concept that I believe so many people are missing when it comes to being a creator. And it's the concept of the Wu Wei, that the master does nothing, and yet through the master, nothing is left undone. You are already being easily, gracefully directed to your happiest life on the most easy path possible. All you have to do is listen. You don't make the choices. You don't decide the how. You don't decide where the money's coming from. You don't decide what you're going to do that's going to make a difference in your health. You don't decide what you're going to do to find the right relationships and go out and seek them and work for them and push them, because you don't know. All your mind knows is what you have created, what you can imagine to create based on the conditions that you've already experienced, but it doesn't know how to get there. You're already guided. You are the creator, and your spirit, being of pure energy, that is the energy of creation, is already guiding you there. All you have to do is listen and follow the peace. So let me kind of sum this up for you. You have a life you're living right now that you have created as a reflection of your level of alignment, as a reflection of everything you've already put attention and energy into. You have a different thing you want to experience. Good. Put your attention and energy into that. 100%. Imagine it. Feel it. Once you feel it, you've created it. Now take that feeling, take that state of mind of living in that wish fulfilled. And that's where you live. That's where your energy, that's where your attention goes. Okay, but what about when something happens out here that doesn't feel like that? Let it happen. You stay in this feeling. Okay, there's a thing, there's a situation. If I was this person who felt like this and had all that, this probably wouldn't be that big a deal. So I'm not giving it that much attention because that's not who I am anymore. Sure, I'll respond to it, but not giving it that much attention because this is who I am. I hope you guys are really getting this. And if there's anything I can do to help you really get into the space of living in the wish fulfilled, leave me a comment, send me a DM, let me know. I'm here to help. And as always, make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing this with somebody who you know it would help. See you next time.